this is our small studio. We also have a 2-bedroom over at Copper Chase that's bigger, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, but this little studio is our cozy small one. It's a 106. You'll enter your door code right here. We'll text that or message it to you the night before or the morning of, and then you can come in here. Come on all the way. Right when you enter the condo, if you'll come in, we have a little camera right here that's hooked to the Wi-Fi, and that's just mostly for security when we're gone. All you have to do is come over here. You can unplug it in the back right here, and then just leave it, or unplug it right here from the thing, leave it there, and then when you leave, if you would please just plug it back in, and then so this area right here, when you walk in, I'll show you the whole studio at first. It's meant to give you as much space as possible because it has Murphy beds and beds that you pull out. A little more work to pull them out, but it gives you space during the day. This area we keep for you, so this is all closet area where you can put your items, and we try and keep that empty. This closet area in here has the bed that will come down. I'll show you how to take that down in a minute. It also has your pillows. It has some extra bedding if you need things like that. On this side over here is the bathroom with the sink out here, and then in here just the normal bathroom that's got a little temperature gauge here for the fan. The fan has a heater in it with the 2 buttons as well. There is, so if we'll slide back here, this door slides, so this can be like a bedroom, and you can have privacy from the other guests. So this way you could have 2 couples and still have a little privacy, and you also have your TV that goes with your closet bed, which is kind of cool. But also I wanted to show you that when you slide this door over, you do have a closet in here. It has a few hangers for you, has some extra towels, an extra blanket. That's where a broom and mop and stuff are that you wouldn't need unless you were staying for a long time, because our cleaner just takes care of all that for you. But if you were staying a long time and wanted those, you know where they are. Then the barn door just slides over. When you come in, this is where you're going to set the temperature. We want you to set it back to 55 when you leave, and then you can set it to whatever temperature you want when you're here. So we've had it set at 70 today. This is the breaker panel if you need to turn off the power or get into that at all. There is another heater in here that will kick on automatically, but you shouldn't have to mess with it. It just comes on at low times. This is the kitchen. You've got a full kitchen that's well stocked. Coffee maker, toaster. You have all the some coffee, some cooking supplies up here. You have utensils. You have some pots and pans. You have everything you'd need to stay for a while. All right here with some cleaning supplies under here. So that's nice, especially for a studio. We did keep the table here just because it's nice to have the table. We're debating whether to keep it. But this is where your other bed will come out. So if there's going to be 2 couples, you would want to move this table over here. You could slide over here, or you could slide it over in front of the TV and keep it over there if you want. It is kind of tight, but then you can bring that bed down. And then this section over here, you've got the little recliner. You've got the futon bed, and I'll show you how to do the futon bed in just a second. And it also acts as a couch, so you can watch TV along with the recliner. This area right here has a little deck that's not very fun in the winter, but you just undo the deadbolt and come out here. There's a little space where you could sit, but make sure that this door is locked and the deadbolt is locked here. The winds can get bad enough that these have actually come open. It's also hard to open because there's a weather guard down here, so when you open it, it's tight, but that's just because that really helps to stop the wind. When you do the fireplace, so if this is on off, go ahead and turn it to heat, and then you're going to turn it to run, and then from run, you're going to come down here. But to do the fireplace, you want to make sure the gas is on, which you do by turning it all the way right, and then when you turn it all the way left, it'll turn the gas off, and just keep that key in there. It's got the pilot on right now, and hopefully it'll have the pilot on it when you come. If not, all you do is open this up. You'll turn it to off. If it says it's on and you don't see the pilot light, turn it to off so the gas clears. This is the igniter switch right here. you'll turn it to pilot. When you turn it to pilot, you'll have to push it in. And when you push it in, you'll hit this igniter switch to ignite it until it starts. And then when it starts, you have to hold it in. You have to hold it in for about 30 seconds or a minute. It takes forever, but there's like a thermocoupler, or I don't know what it's called, but it has to get red and heat up before you can turn it on. Then you can turn it to on, and to turn it to on, you just turn it this way to on, and you'll see that it'll come on, and you can turn up how much the flame goes up and down right here as well. And this also has an off-on switch, so that is just a fan and the thing that goes with it. And when you hit run and set the temperature, then it lights up bigger like that. So all right, vacuum here if you need it. We keep the remotes in a little basket, so there's a little basket here with remotes, and then in the closet, when you pull down the bed, right on top of a little plastic dresser thing, there's also some more remotes. Couple DVDs. It's hooked to cable, and we're planning on getting Roku TVs, just a little adapter so that you can hook and do the apps on Roku, but we haven't purchased those and brought those up yet with us just getting this condo. In this little ottoman, there are a few games and a few more DVDs stored in here. We'll add some more games, maybe puzzles and stuff in here as well. First of all, I'll show you the futon bed. For the futon bed, what you're going to do is you're going to come pull it out about to the carpet here, and try and be careful not to scratch the linoleum. I also should have mentioned that there are a couple little boot holders here if you want to bring your boots in here, or if they're wet. So if you have some kids or you had extra people, you can use the futon to do it. You just grab here at the front, and it just folds down like that. And then there is the bedding, and the sheet is in over by the other Murphy bed. When you're ready to put it back up as a couch, it's a little trickier. You have to pull up here, but I have to kind of, it wants to lift, so I grab right here and grab this side, or if you have two people, it's even easier. And then you can go one side and slide it back. And you could keep it up if you're planning on putting the bed out again and you want to leave the space, you could, but if you wanted that space, you can just slide it back to the closer to the wall again, and you've got your couch. For this bed, we'll show you this bed next. To get this bed down, if we're going to be eating and hanging out, we'll move the table over to there. It's kind of in the way of the TV, but if no one's sitting there eating, it's okay. But if it's just nighttime and you're just going to have it down for nighttime and you're ready for bed, you could just slide the table over to here, and that will be sufficient. Then right here, you'll just slide down the little latch, and the bed comes down. As it comes down, there is a little leg, and you have to go on both sides. Unfortunately, if there's two of you again, it's easier. But then the leg slides down like that. There you go. So or put the table over there so you have a little more room to walk around. To put it back up, so when you're done with bed in the morning, to give yourself your room again, you'll just, tricky because the mattress is just a little bit thick. Mm-hmm. We'll get a thinner mattress. You got to get it right there, kind of tucked, or it'll try and pop up on you. Okay. And then be careful when you shut it to make sure it fits. It's tight. And then put your thing up, and then you can move your table back and have your kitchen table again. So if it was just two of you staying, I would probably keep this bed up and use the other bed. Or if it was just two and a couple kids and they like the futon bed, you could save yourself moving the table if you wanted to use those. There used to be some bunk beds in here, but they were small and just for little kids, and our kids got mine. So for this bed, pretty easy. Make sure these are done. This, by the way, is where your pillows are for the different beds and the bedding for the futon bed if you're going to use it. You just pull slowly here, clears just barely, comes down, and now you don't have a hallway, but you have a bed for the night. But this one's probably the easiest one to do for the night if there's just two of you. And the futon, you can pull that down to have a type of headboard, so there's not that space there. I usually just leave it up, whatever you prefer. And then to put this one back up, all you have to do is lift. And it goes back up with a nice spring. So, and there is in here, here's your remote to the TV here. We just have it on this little basket here. And there's some space in some of these drawers if you want to use them, but it's kind of a hoopty drawer setup. There's a couple little bedding things in there. But there you go. So this is a small studio that you could fit a lot of people with the Murphy beds, but you can have a lot of space when the beds are put up as well. All right, hey, just a few other things I wanted to mention at the end. To help our cleaning stay down, cleaners are expensive up here at the resort, and to make it be as cheap as possible for you, if you will help us take care of the condo and be respectful while you're here, that helps us keep costs down. But if you'll take your garbages out, so if you'll take your little bathroom garbage in there, throw it in this big one, and haul it out to the dumpster. You go right outside the garage, and there's a big dumpster. It's a short walk on your way out to the garage, and that helps us. Our cleaners charge extra if they have to haul out the garbage. That's because some guests will leave piles and piles of garbage in here, and that makes a nightmare for them. Also, with the fridge, make sure you clean out the fridge. Don't leave us food that can rot or waste. Sometimes that gets forgotten and missed, so please clean out the fridge when you go. There's a $15 charge if you don't clean out the fridge, and we have to clean it. We're more worried about those perishable items. The same things with the garbage. And please do your dishes. So your dishes, if our cleaners have to take the time to do dishes, that costs them a lot of time, and they charge us $15 for that as well. And it makes it so the dishes aren't ready for the next guest. So if you will, when you rinse off your dishes, put them in here and start it. There are dishwasher tabs right under here in the Tupperware for you. I also should have mentioned there's fire extinguishers under here, and there's a fire extinguisher on the wall behind me to help you if you needed those. There's also water valves under these. The other water valve is where the water heater is under here. You have to pull the fridge out and unscrew it, but if there was leaking and it was, that you could tell people where that is or get help. But anyway, if you'll just load your dishes and start the dishwasher, that'd be great. Then when our cleaners come, they'll unload the dishes and put them back for the next guest. And hopefully that's it. There are a few cabinets that are locked. We have a little closet here that's locked, and a couple in the kitchen that are locked that just have some of the supplies for cleaning and for our next guests. But if you run out of something or you need something, if you let me know, I can give you a code to get into our little key box so you could get some of those items if you needed some more, if you needed cleaning supplies or more toiletries or things like that. But we hope you enjoy your stay. Thanks for staying with us.